There. How to feel at home in another country. I'm Elizabeth and I live in Cyprus, but as you can see from the flag behind me, I am originally from Switzerland. But I have lived in many countries because when I was young, I was a tour guide. So I changed countries every 6 months, sometimes more, depending on what I had to do. Now, feeling at home, what does that mean? Does it mean, like the cliche phrase says, home is where your heart is? Yes, sure, because wherever you go, you're taking your heart with you. But the thing is, wherever you go, you're taking you with you. Do you like yourself? Do you enjoy your own company? This is one of the big questions that you have to ask yourself before you ask yourself how you can feel at home. Because if you don't like your own company and if you have problems with yourself, you will take them with you wherever you go. I know that because I did that too. When I was young, I had very low self-esteem, and all I wanted was to leave from where I was born, where I grew up from. And I became a tour guide and I traveled all over the world. And I enjoyed myself. I had a great time. Lots of fun, lots of partying, lots of discos, lots of beach. But I still had low self-esteem and I still wasn't happy really where I was. So I found out how to change that. But that's another story. That has got to do with what I do now, because now I'm a life coach and I help people overcome those problems, this low self-esteem and feeling bad about themselves. I help people let go of that. But let's talk about what we want to talk about. How to feel at home in another country. Let me give you some tips. Or maybe let me tell you what my friends told you, because I asked them. Not everything that I'm telling you today is my idea. I got some really good input from my friends. One thing that comes up all the time and over again is learn the local language. Now, depending of course on how long you are planning to stay somewhere, you may not be able to learn a whole language, but you don't have to. Just knowing a few words is enough to people understanding that you're respecting them, that you have made an effort. When I was a tour guide, I always learned 2 words wherever I went. One was thank you and the other one was hello. And those 2 words already make somebody smile, even if you don't pronounce them properly. Now, if you are planning to stay somewhere for a long time, of course, it will come in very handy if you speak the language. Because you know how boring those dinner parties are when you are sitting around a table and you don't understand anything. Yes, learn the language. That is really important. Of course, if you are going to a place to work and you are working in your own language, you may have less time to learn. But even though it is still useful and helpful to learn the language, if you are married to a local like I am, it is absolutely essential to be able to communicate, because learning a language also helps you understand the culture. It helps you understand how people function, how they think, and it helps avoid a lot of misunderstandings. It helps you understand people and how they create their life. It helps you understand cooking, and I have learned and met so many people through asking for cooking recipes, because when you compliment somebody on a dish, they will tell you, I'll give you the recipe. And not only do you have the recipe, but you also have a phone number already, so you've just made a friend. So many other reasons to learn a language. It also helps you keep your brain fit, no matter how old you are. And in my case, speaking good Greek was very useful. I got a great job. What started with a simple translation support at the local police station turned into a 16-year-long job where I was working as an interpreter for the Cyprus Police Association and then later on for the European Police Association. So what can actually start with a word can end up with a job. Learn the language. It will help you. If you don't go to another country to work, and you don't have to work, which is nice, it may still help you if you volunteer. Because when you go and help somewhere, you will make friends easily. You may make friends from other countries, but you will also make friends from the country that you live in, and that is always a good thing. When you meet people from the new country or the other country that you live in, show respect and interest. Be interested in what these people do and how they do it. You don't have to like everything. And it doesn't have to be the same way it's done in your home. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Accepting differences, embracing similarities and respecting differences is one of the main ingredients to peace on earth, if you ask me. And it's also one of the main ingredients to a happy life. Being interested in other people, listening to other people is so much more important than talking about yourself. When you listen, you will hear something that you don't know. When you talk yourself, you only hear what you already know. Be interested, be respectful, and then decide what you like and what you don't. In my case, it has helped me a lot to be generously interested in the local people's life. I have made some beautiful friends, and I don't always agree with the way they handle life, but maybe they don't always agree with the way I handle life. That's fine. We are all different, and we are all allowed to be different. Explore. Get to know the place you live in. Drive around or walk around. Walk around your neighborhood. I only really found out a few things about my neighborhood because we were locked up during COVID-19. I love to walk around and I love to travel. I love to discover new places. I love to hike. I know my island very, very well. Of course, the fact that I was a tour guide and I had to do it for work really helps. But there are so many beautiful places where you are, where I am, that you may not have seen. Be curious and always appreciate what you see. Gratitude is one of the best emotions that you can have. Be grateful for where you are and enjoy. And by the way, the grass isn't greener somewhere else. The grass is greener where you water it. So make sure that you water your grass daily with love and respect and gratitude. Accept the traditions of the new country where you are. Learn about how these people celebrate. I love Easter in Cyprus. It's one of my favorite holidays of the whole year. I love to make flaunes, which is something that is made nowhere else. And I love Easter Sunday mornings smelling the meat, even if I don't eat so much of it. It's tradition, and that's how people do it. And we don't have to like it, I said it before, but we can just respect it. So, how do you feel at home in another country? Ask yourself, what is home for me? What does it mean for me? Maybe home isn't about a place or people. Maybe home is a state of being. It's a choice that we make. And when we live in the now, and when we understand that we matter and that we are enough and that we are worthy, then home can be anywhere. Home can just be a feeling that you take with you wherever you go. Make yourself at home and enjoy it.